Hey everybody,
Hey
welcome
guys.
to the latest episode of the Gibson family. We just want to say if you're loving our content, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, our YouTube channel. And actually, I think we have an announcement.
Yes. So we actually reached out to our first giveaway winner. And I just want to say shout out to YouTube for giving us a platform to connect with people all around the world. She was from the Philippines. So I just thought that was pretty cool. And also, oh yeah, this is a shirt, a sweatshirt from I Am Taylor Tees. If you like it, go check us out.
Nice.
Yes. So last time we didn't leave you guys with a cliffhanger. Actually, last time I think we did the challenge.
Yeah, we did the challenge last time.
Yes. Also, if you guys want to see anything in specific, we've actually had people reaching out to us on Instagram telling us some ideas.
Giving us suggestions.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So whatever you guys want to see, let us know and we'll make it happen for you.
Nothing too weird. Nothing too weird.
Yeah, there was a couple weird ones. But that, I guess that's perception. Perception.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Anyways, so yeah, feel free to reach out to us because we do enjoy seeing what some of you guys want to see from us. So, like I said, we didn't leave off with a cliffhanger. So we're just gonna hop right back in. And I think we will probably only have a couple more videos of where we're telling our story, and then we're gonna get into where we are now.
Leading up to now. It's not that much, I promise.
Not too much more. Yeah, just hang with us, because we do know that our stories are inspiring, some of you. So we just want to continue to tell our story and hopefully inspire more people by it. Our next place that we went to was Argentina. You want to go ahead and talk about Argentina?
Yeah, so Argentina was quite an experience. I don't even know where to start. Well, coming off the plane, I thought it was going to be hot, but it was extremely cold.
Argentina?
Yeah, Argentina. That when we got off the airplane, it was cold. It was cold. I remember.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And something interesting. I knew we were technically supposed to be there because there was a guy that was working the luggage, and he had a K-State lanyard on.
In Argentina.
So I was like, wow, that's a sign.
Yeah.
But anyways, besides that, we were in a small town called La Banda, and that place was extremely hot because, we're on the other side of the equator, right?
Equator, yeah.
Yeah. So
we basically skipped. We skipped winter.
We skipped winter, yeah, and it was their summer.
It was
basically
extremely hot.
Yeah.
As soon as you would walk outside of our apartment door, and honestly, our apartment never stayed too cool, but it was you would start sweating automatically.
Yeah. Sometimes we would mess up the electricity because we would run the ACs too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah. And then we would have to stay in one room.
Just because of Thomas too, because he was
a baby, so he would get too hot. But yeah, it was extremely hot there. And just to kind of paint you guys a picture, we didn't have a car.
No car.
The town wasn't too big, and it was kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how to really describe it.
It's next to Santiago, so if you want to look that up, you know what I'm saying. That's the town closest to it, and that's the biggest thing. And honestly, Santiago wasn't even really that big, but it was big, in perception of, for us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it was big to us.
Yeah.
It was big to us, so that's nice. Yeah.
For being in Argentina.
For Argentina.
Yeah.
To walk from gym to practice. To walk from practice to my house, our apartment was about 12-15 minutes, I think.
Yeah, around there. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But also there was no supermarket. Okay, so I had to go to 5 different places just to make one meal. I go to 5 different places just to make one meal, and without having and like I said, And like I said, we didn't have a car, so I'm pushing Ivy, little Thomas, all around, you know, the town, hot. I would just like stick stuff, you know, in the stroller, walking around, and just go from place to place almost every day, just because, you know, there's not a lot of room, so I had to get what I could get. And to eat, it was like you had to start the stove with a lighter. It was like really old, like that. And it was very difficult to cook, honestly, just because of that reason. And so the team was actually partnered with a restaurant, and the restaurant would, you know, like provide us with meals and stuff. But it kind of got to the point where
it got old.
Yeah, it got really
old.
old. But also, like they stopped, I think they switched chefs or something, and the chicken would be like raw when we got it. And so we would still have to like cook it on the stove and everything. And it was just like, it just got really nasty too. And one of the things I discovered when I was going on my little walk, the meat truck.
Yeah, this is when we went vegan. We took the vegan route.
Yeah, so this was kind of like the start of me personally being vegan. You know, he kind of dabbled in it a little before, and I actually made a lot of fun of him, which is kind of ironic because now I'm like the one that goes way more hard.
She always makes fun of me,
No, I don't.
and then takes credit for it.
What? No, anyways, so this is what kind of made me just like start looking into being a vegan. And I was just going on a walk. I was taking my son on a walk, and we just go past like this meat market, and they had like the doors open on the truck, and I was raised on a farm, so it's not like the carcasses that scared me or anything. Like that was very good for me to see, but it was just like there was so much dirt flying in on the meat, and because the roads were kind of like, they weren't dirt roads, but they were just really dirty.
They were dusty.
Very dusty, yeah. And just a bunch of dirt just like flying in there, and it was just like not sanitary at all. And it started to kind of freak me out, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, that's when we started looking into veganism. And what else?
And yeah, so also like the basketball games were like pretty like late. They would be at like 9-10 o'clock sometimes, and we wouldn't get home till like 2, yeah. Like really, because sometimes.
No, we wouldn't eat like dinner until like 2 a.m.
Yeah, but they do everything so late there.
Yeah.
Like they party late. They'll literally go to sleep, like take a nap, and wake up at like 10, 11, like at night to go out. Like usually over here, you know, you're out by 9, 10, maybe 11 o'clock. You're done by like 2. Well, over there, they're done at like 7, 8 a.m. And so.
The other crazy thing about living there was, in order to do laundry, I had to pack all of our laundry in the stroller and take it. It wasn't too far away from us, but I had to take it to this laundromat that was like the washer and dryers in there were like dang near falling apart. I've never seen. It was probably like the first washer and dryer ever to come out.
I never paid attention to it, but
No.
One day I did look back there, and it was pretty like brown, but it was
Like-
white. That's how
Yeah.
old it was.
Yeah.
Like it was supposed to be a white, but it was brown, like super brown.
Yeah. But also,
Bro, we are tweaking.
like the laundry would like come like torn up with like holes in it. It would come like back discolored.
Yeah.
And for me, I personally like doing my own laundry, and the fact that I wasn't able to was like really difficult. It was really difficult for me because like I just don't like other people touching my laundry.
Yeah.
And the fact that it came back looking like that every single time, it was annoying. But also, what was another thing? Oh, I had a stalker there.
Yeah.
Which was very uncomfortable. I mean, it was kind of to the point where he started like learning my routine and my schedule. So I honestly felt like I couldn't go out of the house because he just started popping up everywhere. So as you guys can tell, you know, our living situation was not like the best. And I personally was going through postpartum depression on top of a different living situation. And then it was like on top, it was like I had just depression on top of depression, to be honest. We're sorry guys, he is just so chatty today.
Like, cause you gotta get some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But God.
Every time he hears me talk, he's trying to talk over me.
He's acting like Thomas.
Yes, he is. Okay guys, sorry, we just had to put Tobias in his crib because we couldn't hear ourselves. We couldn't hear ourselves. So we're gonna hurry and wrap this video up because he's still awake. He's happy, so he's fine. But yeah, it was really to the point where I did not want to get out of bed. Like Thomas had to seriously open the blinds for me to get up because it wasn't like blackout curtains, but it was kind of, they were pretty dark, and he would, you know, pull the curtains open before he went to practice, like made me get out of bed. It was tough, and it was almost like our breaking point. We'll say that, because I just was so miserable with myself, and as you guys know, with the lifestyle change, that was difficult. You know, I just had a baby. I think Thomas was 4 or 5 months at the time, so it was going through the postpartum, and it was to the point where, you know, Thomas kept telling me, whenever you have these negative thoughts, you have to think positive, and I would respond with, no, this is just how I think, this is how my family is, you know, depression runs in my family, this is just who I am, like, you're gonna have to deal with it or not. And it was kind of to the point where he was like, no, I don't have to deal with this, because it was to the point where I was so, we'll say toxic, that it was bringing him down as well. And he basically, you know, forced me out of it, and I really, I'm not gonna say forced, but because it was something that I had to change about myself too, but he really, really helped me through it. He really, really helped me, you know, get through that and honestly beat depression. Like, since then, I don't feel that I've been depressed. And so I just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that he did with me, because he did the things with me too, so that it wasn't like I was by myself doing it. Just so that maybe if it's something that you're struggling with, like it can help you as well. And that the first thing that helped me was seriously replacing my negative thoughts with positive ones. And I know how difficult that sounds, and I know how hard it can be, but you have to do it. You have to. And anytime you consciously catch yourself thinking something negative about yourself, about life, whatever it may be, replace it with something that you're grateful for. Whether it's like, oh, I'm grateful for, you know, the water that I drink. I'm grateful for the pillow that I get to sleep with. Whatever, or I get to lay my head on. Whatever, like, the more that you can feel grateful about the small things, the more happy you will be, because you realize that, you know, you truly are blessed, and we have so many blessings, and you don't want those blessings to, you know, go unnoticed. So that's the first thing I did. And the second thing that we did, and honestly, these are really the two things that really helped the most, and this is what he did with me, we would put like little sticky notes. I would write like, I am beautiful, I am confident, I forget what all I wrote, but
I don't remember.
Yeah, we would write these affirmations and we would put them on our mirror. And so, you know, every time you brush your teeth, you would see them, and I would read them to myself. Every time I used the restroom, or I had to take my son, every time I was in the restroom, or anytime I had to take my son to wash his hands, or, you know, like whatever it was, I would make sure that I read them, and we kept them up there, and it was just like a reminder. And, you know, those things really, really helped me a lot. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be married, just to keep it 100. And another thing that I did was I meditated, and meditation was something that I was doing before this, but I really started hitting it harder then. And I would just do it in the shower. I would do it when my son was taking a nap. Just any chance I got, I would try to meditate. And those 3 things really helped me. So if you're going through that, just try these 3 things out. And I promise you that if you really, really, truly like want it from within, that you will be able to, you know, create a happier life for yourself.
Facts.
Yes.
Yeah, so back on the lighter side, you know, I was playing, you know, this is the lead up of everything else. I was playing well, you know, and unfortunately got hurt, twisted my ankle. They didn't really take it serious. You know, I knew it was serious because I know my body, obviously, but you know, when you're overseas, they demand so much out of you and they think like you're invincible. So, you know,
especially you.
Yeah, like they wanted me to play, you know, and I couldn't, you know, and then that led to, you know, weeks of me not being able to play, and they're thinking like I'm like lying about my injury, and I'm not, you know, I can't walk. Well, come to find out, I had inflammation in my bone, in my ankle. So those ankle twists, you know, there's minor ones, but then there's major ones, and it was a major one. And obviously, it took longer for me to heal. So they ended up, I mean, knowing how the game goes, how the business side of it goes, they needed to replace me, and so that's what they did. We ended up leaving to go, and it was very mutual. You know, obviously I didn't really care. You know, the only thing that I didn't like is the fact that, you know, they thought I was lying about it when I was actually serious. So I don't necessarily really play with my integrity like that. And but I mean, honestly, it was a great thing because it wasn't really a good situation anyways. So we ended up leaving. We ended up leaving and going to ended up going back home for a little bit, and then for Christmas and everything, and then going to Turkey, different city. Yep, Denizli.
It was very pretty.
Yeah,
we lived
nice
right
city.
by mountains.
Great city.
And we also lived right outside of the bazaar, which I loved. This time around in Turkey was a lot easier for me because I wasn't pregnant. And we lived, like I said, we lived outside of the bazaar. It's basically a farmer's market. And okay, Tobias got upset, so he's back.
Yep.
But Thomas actually left for Turkey first, just to go check it out, because I was kind of iffy about Turkey just because of our first experience. And then I ended up coming, and it was at the very beginning of COVID. So it was like at the very beginning. And Turkey was actually one of the last countries to get it, literally. And so we kind of thought we were safe. And
that kind of not backfired, but it halted everything. I don't know. It changed. Like everything changed, I guess, because of COVID.
Yeah, because he was doing like really good. The season was going great. And then of course like COVID happened, and once it hit Turkey, like Turkey shut things down. It was pretty intense.
Pretty wild. So the thing was like, when we were over there, A lot of the countries, obviously Italy was first, but then a lot of the countries started shutting down after that because obviously the traveling and everything. And for some odd reason, Turkey remained like open. And I guess because Turkey had good numbers, but you know, with a what do you call it? What do you call those places? Airports, yeah. With an airport like Istanbul, you know, with an airport like Istanbul, like that's pretty, you know, wild. So you had a lot of people coming in and out regardless, and eventually Turkey ended up getting the virus, you know, obviously. But we were like, I think we were the last country
yeah.
to get to stop playing.
Because the U.S. was already shut down.
And I ended up, it was just funny because I wholeheartedly think they wanted to keep playing because as Turkey, as you know, other countries were getting shut down, we were still playing, and the game that everybody wanted to see was a number 1 versus number 2 team, which was us. We were number 2, and then another team, Fethay, was number 1. So I think they really wanted to see that game. Nobody was supposed to be in the stands, but like there was like 50 people in the stands because all the like business owners and everything were there. So, but right after that, like shut it down. And I also broke my nose that last game too. Oh my gosh,
yeah, it was crazy.
I got my
it was
nose
like swollen.
Yeah, I got it cracked for no reason. They should have been shut it down, but it happened. So, after that, pretty much after the nose break and COVID coming in, it was pretty much shut down after that.
You weren't there for too long, like what, 3 months maybe?
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot.
And maybe 2.
Yeah.
You weren't there that long. I was there for I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. We were there long enough.
You were there for your birthday.
Yeah, we were there long enough. Put it like that. So we ended up leaving because obviously we did not want to stay. They were locking down like districts of Turkey, so you couldn't even go from like one city to the next. Yeah, you were pretty much.
You had to have it had to be like authorized by the Turkish government to travel from a city to a city.
Man, I had to do so much that night. Like we did so much that day, and then like I had to
like when we found out like the season like was on hold, like we knew it wasn't gonna open back up.
No.
And so we were like, okay, we're getting home because this is starting to get a little nuts. And so that whole day we were on the phone with the U.S. Embassy. We were emailing the U.S. Embassy. We got on the very last flight the next day. We had to drive that night. We had to pack up our whole apartment. When I tell you stuff got left, stuff got left because we didn't have enough time to pack up everything. And so we had to like basically get out of there.
Yeah. Because if not, we were gonna stay there. We would have been stuck till like.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Probably June. We would have been stuck for another 2 months.
Yeah. And honestly, that was kind of it for that year. So we were in 2 countries that year again. And we're gonna leave you guys off with just letting you know that right before we left Turkey, we had a huge surprise.
Another one.
A huge surprise for you guys. So we're just gonna leave you with that. And we will see you guys next time. We love you guys.
Peace out. Thank you.